Oh yeah, back at the friendliest place in the West, Knott's Berry Farm. Sun flares and all. And before I forget, hello everyone, my name is Dylan and thank you so much for tuning back into another Theme Park Obsession video. Yeah, it's another Knott's Berry Farm kind of day and we're gonna be cruising around the park to see what's new. We're gonna check up on Scary Farm, some Camp Snoopy stuff because I know they're adding things to the Camp Snoopy area, and yeah, just check up on a bunch of other stuff too. So how about you and I dive right in. And just like in the last Knott's Berry Farm video, we're gonna start off here in Camp Snoopy. Still waiting on the marquee sign out front here. First assignment today is the little picnic area, and I gotta say they've made some slight improvements, which is nice. Still not sure what's going on with these poles. It's clearly for something later on here in the next few months, but I will say the addition of the umbrellas and the new paint scheme on the wall is a very welcome addition. There was no shade over here before, so the fact that they have umbrellas at the tables now is a huge plus. Yeah, the green paint does look a lot better than just the plain plywood look. Still not a fan of these lights. I hope they do change them out to the more thematic ones that they have here in Camp Snoopy. But yeah, this is already a slight improvement. And yeah, these umbrellas help so much, especially on these very, very hot days. I wish they had this on opening day. And they've even painted these as well. So again, I gotta give credit where credit is due. Good job, Knott's Berry Farm, for at least putting some effort into making this area look at least somewhat decent right now. Let's just hope that sometime in the future they come back to this area of Camp Snoopy and address it and make it more of a permanent thing, because yeah, right now it still all clearly looks temporary. But moving on, let's continue our journey through Camp Snoopy to see what else is new. And some other good news here in Camp Snoopy, the Beagle Express Railroad is finally open. Yeah, last time I was here with Drew, this attraction was still being worked on, so I'm glad that it's back open a few weeks later. And speaking of Drew, he's back. He's joining me again on this lovely SoCal day. And yeah, you know, I'm happy to see the train back open.
Yeah, of course. I mean, it was such a shame that it wasn't open on opening day or the day after that.
Yeah,
or the day after that.
It was a bummer.
But yeah, I'm super excited to check out all the changes. The new train itself, which I believe is electric.
Oh, is it electric now?
I think so.
Oh, dang, I did not know that.
But also seeing all the new scenes and everything, it's going to be really fun.
Yeah, it's going to be awesome. And while we're waiting for the train to come through the station, we can get nice, good views of Sierra Sidewinder down here. Okay, we finally made it on, and yes, it is in fact electric, which is pretty cool. Just got off the Beagle Express, so much fun, really cute. The little ones are gonna love it. And look at this over here, the waterfalls are back on and the barrel bridges have been completed. So again, huge thumbs up. I'm glad that this is done. I wish it would have been done on opening day, but I mean, hey, that's part of the past now. I'm just happy that this is all complete. All right, you know the drill. Since the barrel bridge is open, we have to enjoy it. Drew's already running down there. Okay, I'm going. Here we go. We're barrel bridging. Holy moly. This is intense. Hold on. Make sure to pull on those yellow safety tabs. Okay, we're doing the other side. Yeah, make sure to pull on those yellow safety tabs. Pull on the yellow safety tab, Drew. Come on. Oh my goodness, it broke. Holy moly, this is how intense this thing is. Yeah, I'm happy that they have all the water turned back on because, like I said in the last video and the hundreds of other videos I've done from Knott's Berry Farm, this area is very beautiful. So the fact that they have the kineticism back is very welcoming. Made it over here to Snoopy's Tender Paw Twister. It's the one credit that Drew and I are still waiting to get, but at 50 minutes, yeah, definitely a no-go for us. And if I was gonna wait 50 minutes for a ride, it would be like Ghost Rider or Accelerator, Silver Bullet, you know, attractions like that. I'll let the little kids have this one. And I think Drew would agree with me on that because yeah, 50 minutes is pretty brutal for the Tender Paw Twister. Eventually the hype will die down a little bit. This is the newest attraction in the park, so it does make sense. And it's the summer season, so a lot of the kids are here. Everyone's off of school. So yeah, I mean, it's not a surprise. One positive thing though here at Tender Paw Twister is they've been better at the operations. On opening day, they had like over a 4-minute dispatch. Now, a couple weeks later, they're about down to 3:15. So that's pretty good. They're at least making some improvements there. They need to get a little bit lower than that, but what Drew and I were talking about, something that might help them out is maybe having a car out front, a little test seat for people, because the ride is a little bit restrictive for some parents, and you do have to sit your child on the inside of the vehicle versus the outside, so that also kind of takes things down a couple notches as far as operations are concerned. So maybe in the future they'll install a little test seat out here so people can test out the attraction before waiting in line, because that is unfortunate, waiting all that time and then having to be turned away at the station. So we'll keep an eye on that too. And then one more thing before we move on from Camp Snoopy, they're still working on the camp swing, so hopefully in the next few weeks they'll get this open. Okay, that's pretty much gonna do it for Camp Snoopy, so let's move on to Montezoomas Revenge. Okay, Montezoomas Revenge. Now it's looking the same right here like it did a couple weeks ago when Drew and I were at the park last, but this week we do have some significant progress on one of the spikes. There's 2 spikes on Montezoomas Revenge. There's one at the tail end of the attraction right before you hit the brake run, and then there's one at the beginning right after the vertical loop. And you can see from this vantage point and other vantage points around the park that the scaffolding has gone all the way up past the support structure for Montezoomas Revenge on this end of the attraction. So that tells me they might be getting ready to paint the support structure. We're gonna go ahead and keep it. I don't know if they're gonna go vertical with it like I was speculating earlier on a few months ago. Yeah, it would have been cool if they were gonna go vertical with the spike, but it's looking like that they're just gonna go with an elaborate paint job, and maybe that's why there's a lot of scaffolding around this. So maybe crews can work on it during the day, because the other option would probably be using scissor lifts or any type of equipment like that to do it overnight. So this just might be a better way to get the project done a little bit quicker than, you know, doing it the other way. Which, hey, if that's what the case is, I'm all for it, because if we can get this thing open early 2025, that would be great. It is kind of cool to see this from Camp Snoopy, and on the front entrance, it really does tower over some of the attractions here at Knott's Berry Farm. Now over here at the other spike, yeah, no scaffolding on this side. And what Drew and I were talking about is that maybe they're holding off on this side because this ride is open, and you know, they don't want to close this thing. Closing this down right after you just opened it would not be so good. So yeah, I think they're holding off on this side until the very last moment, and then they'll put some scaffolding around this. And you know what? They might even do it to where the truck ride can still operate with all of the scaffolding. So we'll have to wait and see, but really no visible progress on this side. It's just a lot of tarpage going on in the station. And here's your look at Monty from the front. And yeah, it's kind of looking the same like it did a couple weeks ago. I think the most significant change was on the spike on that other end, which again, you could see from this angle. It's pretty crazy. I gotta say, seeing all this work happening on Monty is getting me really hyped for the new version of it. I can't wait for it to open next year. Okay, Drew and I are gonna continue our journey around Knott's Berry Farm, but I did want to give Knott's a huge shout out because they hooked it up with flavors of the summer tasting cards. So we're gonna try some tasty treats. There's quite a few items on this list. There's a bunch. So many. Yeah, and we can get up to 6 tastings per tasting card. And remember, it also works on the alcoholic beverages, so we might have to try one of those too. By the way, you can purchase these for $55, and you can get them online as well. That's probably the easiest option before you get to the park. And this is good all the way up until September 2nd, so right before Scary Farm, which is really cool. So you have plenty of time to eat a bunch of these tasty treats. And remember, if you don't use all 6 of the tabs in one day, that's fine. If you do plan on coming back, well, you can use the rest of them the next time. And I do love the addition of the map on the back, so you kind of know where things are instead of having to go into the park app or other maps around the park to try to figure it out. I do like that it's already built in and it's super easy. Okay, first item up for bids here is the peach hand pie. It's actually quite large, a lot bigger than I thought it was going to be. So Drew and I are going to share this. And I know some of you are probably saying, wow, you're starting off with dessert? Well, yes, this is the proper way to do a festival. So let's give it a try. That's pretty good. I think it's pretty darn good.
Really good.
Yeah, they knocked it out of the park. Right, Pony Express? Yep. Yeah, that's pretty killer.
That is genuinely so good.
Yeah, really good. Great first start. Okay, next up for Drew and I, we are trying the Nashville Hot Chicken Pizza. Don't know if there's supposed to be a drizzle on there. In the picture there was, so I don't know, but we do know that these are fresh. They just got them out of the oven. Comes with a side salad. Yeah, I'm excited. I believe there's supposed to be like a drizzle on here, so maybe it would be a little bit more flavorful, more exciting if the drizzle was on top, but yeah, I mean, it's okay. I know some people will probably like this, but I feel like Drew has the same sentiment with this, huh? You were kind of saying the same thing.
Yeah, as someone who adores, it got me right in the middle of chewing.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm like that.
As someone who adores Nashville chicken, it's not very Nashville. It's a little, like, there's a tiny bit of kick, but it's not really Nashville.
Yeah, it's okay. Continuing the journey through Ghost Town, Drew and I picked up another item, which I think is our last item for the night, and it's a beverage. Remember, you can get the alcoholic beverages on the tasting cards, and this one is a Long Beach iced tea. It's okay. It's a pre-mixed cocktail. The only thing that they put in there that is separate from the mixture is the cranberry juice, but I think it's okay. Made our way over here to the Wilderness Dance Hall to check up on the Knott's Scary Farm construction. You can see the exterior scene near the end of the haunted house has been almost completed. Yeah, they're moving pretty quickly. Huge shout out to the crews that always put these mazes together for Knott's Scary Farm. They move so fast, and I can't wait to go through this one again. Now over here at Ghost Rider, they've made some changes here at the front entrance. And I should have covered it a few weeks ago because it's been here for a while, but they've added a fast lane kiosk out front. And here it is right here. If you're wearing polarized sunglasses, you're gonna have to take them off because we couldn't see the screen at all. But let's go ahead and press buy. It's $20 per ride per person, and it looks like you can purchase other ones as well for other attractions. So you got Hang Time down there for $17.50, Pony Express for $12.50. So this is very similar to what Disney's doing at the Disneyland Resort and at Walt Disney World, and even around the world for like individual lightning lanes or premier access. So this is like Knott's version. Sun is officially set, and we're heading out of Knott's Berry Farm this evening. That was a fun day, checking up on the park, updates and whatnot, cruising around, enjoying some tasty treats. Yeah, don't skip out on the summer tasting cards. It's actually a really good value, especially family of 4 coming here for 55 bucks. Yeah, you can feed a lot of people with that thing. Well, that is gonna do it for today's video from Knott's Berry Farm. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, you can let me know by smashing the thumbs up button. And if you're new to the channel and you love these videos from Knott's or some of your other favorite theme parks, you should consider subscribing because I have brand new videos every single week that you won't wanna miss out on. Don't forget to check out my Instagram and X account. Those links will be down below in the description. And if you wanna help out the channel even more, you can hit the super thanks button. But until the next video, I hope you have a beautiful day, morning, evening, whatever it is. I'll see you next time in the parks. Bye.